渋谷です。
You know, back in the day, I hated this game. I was pretty good at it, but I hated it because I just thought it was stupid that I could be leading the race and then just end up coming 8th on the last corner because someone fired a red shell at me. Welcome back to the Washitsu. So it's light. It's the first time making one of these vids in the daytime. Might do the last, which I'll be honest, I'm not really feeling making these videos. I think I've said it before that I don't really enjoy making these videos, so I'm not sure about making them going forward. I do like making that out and about, like say, being a bit creative with videoing and seeing things that are interesting. The editing is what I enjoy about it. So, and with these kind of videos, it just feels awkward. It feels I'm forcing it, and I don't know. I mean, it's great if people are enjoying it, but I don't know. We'll see. So it's Valentine's Day today. So I got some chocolate from my wife. In Japan, it's a little bit weird. It's Valentine's Day is women giving chocolate to men, and not necessarily as like lovers or whatever. It's just, you know, even like at work or whatever, you know, women will give chocolates to their male colleagues. And then on the 14th of March, it's called White Day, and that's when men basically give it back. Anyway, I've got a few little pickups. There's nothing I don't think that's going to be very interesting to most people. Just a couple of games that I really wanted, and they're on systems that tend to get a bit of hate of late. But before I do that, anyone that has watched the last 5 or 6 videos, however many has been, you know, I did mention that during last year I had to give up reselling on eBay, reselling abroad, which was obviously more profit doing it that way, and I had to basically sell things for a lot lower bit within Japan because I couldn't send abroad. So I wasn't really making any money on the stuff. It was just getting money back to, you know, pay, you know, water bills and electricity bills. But I also I basically went through my collection, and anything that didn't really mean anything to me, we tried to sell. And a lot of stuff did sell, and a lot of stuff that I feel a bit sad about to some degree sold. But obviously now I'm working, I decided I was going to take a few bits back that hadn't already sold. So I thought I might as well show you what they were. And I'll start with this, which is Smash Bros on the N64. The reason it didn't sell probably is because it's a bit battered. I had to kind of fix that up. You can't tell, but actually it had loads of drawing on it, but it was all in pencil. So if you look really careful, you can sort of see where the pencil was, but I've obviously managed to rub the pencil out. And I'm quite glad that I got to keep this now, because I got this on when I came in 2016. And like I say, the box was pretty battered, and I've managed to, you know, iron it out, glue it together, rub the pencil out and whatnot. So I don't know, it's quite a fun little memory. So I'm happy to have it back. It never left me, but it kind of left the collection. Anyway, so yeah, Smash Bros on the N64. Mario Kart on the Super Famicom. I wasn't really bothered about getting rid of it. I do like the game, don't get me wrong, but it's a box copy and it's not quite up to scratch, if I'm honest. I would like to get that upgraded at some point. Well, I'm not prepared to spend a lot of money on upgrading it, so I'll bide my time, and it can sort of sit back in the collection. I got these box protectors for my Mario World that I showed off the other week, but they're really, really crappy, these ones are. I'm not happy. In fact, if I feel it, there's one side is thicker than the other one. Yeah, really, really crappy they were, and they were quite expensive. I think they were probably over £1 each. I think I bought 5. It cost me about 1,000 yen, so yeah, it's probably like 150 each. This one, I wasn't really that bothered about letting this go, because again, the box is not, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's like a line. There you go, like you can see that, that crease down the front. And it just really bothers me, but I don't know, these are a bit weird with pricing. Like in Japan, they're typically not that expensive, but I don't know. But I do love, I mean, Mario 64 was awesome. I think it was Feed Me Chicken. I was chatting to him the other night, and I said, because we were talking about my nostalgia, and I'm on this nostalgia trip of late, where I just want to get things like back that I had. So hopefully I've got something coming it wasn't the one that I had, but anyway, we'll talk about that another time if it arrives and I do make another video. But yeah, so we were talking about the N64 because Feed Me Chicken was really nostalgia for the N64, and I said that I didn't play Mario Kart 64 back in the day, and it's probably only about 6-7 years ago that I played it for the first time, and I couldn't believe it. I just felt like so stupid that I'd not played this game. It's amazing. I mean, aside from obviously Mario Kart 8, which has just got everything and it's online and it looks beautiful, but I would say this is probably my favourite of that. Maybe the Wii, don't know. I do like the Wii. I have a lot of fun memories playing that with my kids, but yeah, definitely third. I'd say this is my third favourite. Yeah, the big box is pretty cool. There's nothing really special about that controller. It's just a black front with a grey back, which, I mean, buy a grey controller, buy a black controller, and you can make one yourself. Yeah, there's no markings on it that makes it unique to that collection or anything. But then the one thing that I am pretty pleased about this not selling, and that is this Neo Geo stick for the Wii. Now, you may or may not know that it's the Metal Gear. I'm sure it's the Metal Gear. The Metal Gear? Yeah, Metal Gear. I was like, is it Metal Gear? Is it Metal Solid?
Metal Slug!
The anthology on the Wii, it was not controller compatible, so you can only play it on the Wii remote, which made it really annoying. But that was the case for the PAL version and the American version. But the Japanese version, you can plug a pad into your Wii remote and play using the pad. And obviously they brought out the stickers wall for it. But yeah, it's only on the Japanese one for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I was really pleased about being able to keep that. I had the Tatsunoko versus Capcom, the Japanese version, and unfortunately that sold. But never mind, you know, I probably would have preferred to keep the Tatsunoko versus Capcom one actually, but oh well. So yeah, that was the little items that didn't sell that I've taken back. And then, as I did mention, I did get some pickups. Now, this pickup, it was what, I don't know if you've ever been like on eBay or whatever, and you're searching through and you see something and you think that it's ridiculously cheap, and you kind of get that moment of like panic, like I need to buy this before someone else does because it's so cheap. So that's what I did. I bought it, and obviously when you then bought it, you then just clarify that you were thinking along the right lines, and it turns out I wasn't. I must have got confused with something else. I think I got confused with Space Ace, but then even when I looked at Space Ace, that wasn't what I thought it was either. So I don't know what I was thinking, but it's Dragon's Lair, or the Super Famicom version is called Dragon's Magic. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 800 yen, which is probably about £5. But in my mind, it was like a £35 game. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to have that. What makes it even worse is when I've looked at footage, it's not quite what I thought it was. I thought this was like a Space Ace kind of game, but I don't know. But anyway, I've got it. I'll give it a go. It looks like a platformer, and you know, it may stay, it may not. I don't know. I'm lumbered with it for now. So then, the other day, last week maybe, I went out to a few shops, which was nice to get out. Little bike ride out on my own and visit some shops. And there wasn't much doing. I was sending some photos to Eddie because Eddie's like the only person that's awake during my daytime, because he works nights. So I was sending him photos, and that's just reminded me. I did pick some other stuff up. I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, it's over there. Okay, that's good. I was going to try to do this in one take, but I'm gonna have to do a cut because it's not with me. In fact, I'll show that stuff first. So bear with. I'm back. So I was in a shop and I was just taking some random photos. And I saw this. I remember Mark Burnout Culture picking one up not too long ago. But it was 300 yen. 300 yen. So I weren't going to leave that behind for 300 yen. I've not tested it yet, but obviously with me sending pictures to Eddie, he got to see it first, and he was like, ooh, like him. So yeah, I'll make sure it works. There's no point in sending him a faulty one. It was just a waste of postage otherwise. So I'll clean it up and give it a test. I mean, there's not a lot to go wrong with it. I'm sure it was fine, but just in case. And then also, I asked him how much these were going for in the UK, and he sent me a screenshot of like an eBay search, and they were like, I think they were like 30 quid, and I couldn't believe it. And this was 100 yen, and it's the gun for Sega Saturn. I think he was saying that the UK ones have got a yellow trigger. I think it was yellow trigger. Yellow something anyway. Or it might be yellow on the end, I don't know. But so I said, well, I'll get that then, and I'll send it to you along with the stick, and you can sell it or keep it, whatever. For 100 yen. It's like 70p. So, and that's from a retail store, you know. So yeah, that was all that was in that shop, and then I went to another shop, and there wasn't really much going on in there. Sorry, bag noise. And so I went to a third shop, and I did see a couple of games that I was interested in. They're not retro, but they are games that I was interested in. The first one is this. I forget how much this was now. I think it was probably about 300 yen. I know it was pretty cheap. So Red Dead Redemption on the PlayStation 3. I did have this in my previous life's PAL PS3 collection, but I never got around to playing it, and I always wanted to. Although I'd much rather play the number 2 on the PS4 or something, but obviously that's not going to happen because I don't have a PS4 and I don't have Red Dead Redemption 2. So, but then this game I really was after, and it's been on my sort of watch list, if you like, for quite a while, and that is Blur, or Blur Racers as it's called here on the Xbox 360. Now I believe in the UK the PlayStation 3 is the more valuable one, but in Japan is the 360 one. But when I was looking online, I ended up reading an article. I think it might have been Digital Foundry or something like that, and they go really technical, and they were talking about Blur on the PS3 and 360, and I think they were saying it does run slightly better on the 360. So I wanted it on the 360 just because I'm a dickhead like that. So yeah, Blur Racers. I'm actually really looking forward to playing that. And then, as I mentioned, lately I've just been on this real nostalgia sort of a hunt. I don't know. I'm feeling empty inside, and I don't know what it is, but so I'm looking at things that I had in the past, but not just when I was a kid. I mean, I was an adult when this game came out, and it's Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360. I paid 950 yen delivered, and it's in lovely condition, and it's got some kind of DVD with it as well. There's the manual, DVD, game. Yeah, this came out, well, I'm assuming it came out in 2006, because that's when I played it, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, the funny story, it's not so funny, it's probably a bit sad actually. When I was when my son was born, my firstborn child, obviously I had 2 weeks off paternity leave, and this is one of the games that I was playing during that paternity leave. It's the first game that I ever did 1000G on. I think it's the only game I've done 1000G on, having said that. And yeah, my wife likes to remind me of the time that I spent 2 weeks playing Xbox 360 every now and again. So yeah, that's all my pickups. Yeah, not many. It is. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but I can't think. So it's got to be a few weeks ago now. Ross, he did a video where he gave his girlfriend some money to buy him some games. So it's like a secret box of games. And then Retro Games Revived. I've forgotten his name. Sean. There you go, Sean, he did a video, and funny because I actually watched his second video just a few hours ago, and he was saying that he didn't actually realise that Ross had done that video just like a few days or a week before or whatever. But anyway, so I actually said to Ross, I commented on his video at the time saying that's a great idea. I'm gonna rip it off. I'm gonna do it. So I did. I spoke to Akane about it, and I said, look, I got this idea, blah blah blah. I'll give you some money. You buy me something gaming related. I said we'll start off small for now, which I said 500 yen. So that's £3.50. And I said it can be anything. It doesn't have to be games. It can be anything as long as it's gaming related. So I mean, it could be a poster. It could be, you know, a piece of clothing. It could, you know, as long as it's gaming related. And I'll open it, you know, live on camera. Well, not live, but you know, on camera, and you know, will capture my response. You know, my reaction. Anyway, a few days later, it was like a pot noodle sitting on the side. It's not a pot noodle. I can't remember what it was. It might have been, I don't know. It's a cup ramen thing anyway, but it's got Pikachu on it. So anyway, she said, "Oh, I got you this for your video," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I wanted it to be a surprise, but you know, whatever. I couldn't have used it anyway because someone ate it before I even made this video, and it was probably over a week ago now anyway. So anyway, take two. So this is, I mean, it's obviously from Book Off because it's in a Book Off bag, and it's obviously a Game Boy game because I can feel it, but I don't know what it is. Now I'll be really, really surprised if it's a game that I don't already have, and B, a decent game, because my Game Boy games at the minute are just in a box and they're stuffed on a shelf. There's no way she would have looked through them to see if I had it, so she's probably just picked some kind of random game. I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out right now. So what is the mystery Game Boy game? I don't know what this is yet. All I can see is the grey back. Okay, so it's Doraemon 2. And how much was it? How much do you think? Yeah, I was hoping it was 100 yen. So obviously, when I say the budget was 500 yen, I did actually specifically say it doesn't have to be 500 yen. It can be less than 500 yen, but no more. So I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. And shockingly, I don't have it. And it's only 100 yen. So that's pretty good going actually. I'm pretty impressed. I was actually thinking pretty negatively that it'll be a copy of Tetris or something like that I've got 3 times already. So my daughter's doing her best to make as much noise as possible. So I'll probably leave it here, and yeah, we'll see if I make any more of these type of videos. But if I do, I'll see you then. If I don't, I will make other videos, you know, the out and about videos. But they're going to be probably few and far between, particularly at the minute with, you know, Corona and stuff. So, but yeah, I will carry on doing them. They'll just be, you know, as and when, you know, there's no schedule. Like with this, I thought I'd try and do it every week, but I don't know. Take it easy. James own bird shit and chicken choke.
Be nice, otherwise I'll fucking break your neck.
Obviously, I knew that it was fake from the start. I just didn't know where it was going. And I used to be a WWF fan. When I was a kid. Late 80s, early 90s, but I certainly never carried on that into my adulthood, and so I never really thought about it that deep of how it, baby face and heels and how that all works. You know what I mean? It was, yeah, okay, when I was a kid it was goodies and baddies, I get it, but I didn't really understand the way that it worked. And so it wasn't blatantly obvious to me, but I knew that it was fake, if you know what I mean. I've said this to Peter, Feed Me Chicken, that I thought it was just a publicity stunt that, he was trying to get, exposure by creating this feud. It never even occurred to me that it was supposed to be some kind of WWF thing, or WWE as it's called. In terms of YouTube, I don't think I'll stop doing YouTube. I just with these kind of, I honestly, I love the idea of just sitting down here, chewing the fat, as Stu would say. Just talking about some games, talking about some experiences, maybe telling the odd funny story, and I love it. I love the idea of doing that. But as soon as that camera's on that tripod, my head just empties. Like with the final night of the Game Zone Bird Room and Feed Me Chicken. I had all these ideas of things to say that would be like quite, funny and relevant. But as soon as I was on there, I just turned to shit and I just couldn't think of anything to say. And I've watched it back and it's so cringy. I just feel like I'm really boring. I don't, if I was doing something different, it wouldn't matter about me, my voice, or the way I present things. But I'm not. I'm just doing the same shit as everyone else, but just a lot worse. I don't have great pickups to show anyone. I'm showing 2 pounds. I'm not necessarily showing tap week in, week out, like Al. But I don't know. I feel I'm not achieving anything with these videos. Although I say that, I kind of set myself the challenge of doing 5 of these videos originally, because I knew that after the first one I'd be like, that was awful, I'm not doing that again. Where at least if I set myself the challenge of doing 5, at least after 5 I'd probably have a little bit more of an idea of whether it was something I wanted to carry on with or not. And I did. I was enjoying it a little bit. And the reason I wanted to carry on was because it was really good for my confidence. And on my first one I was so nervous, and I do feel like I'm getting a little bit better with that, but I still am really nervous, and I can't I can't think straight when I'm doing them. I can't think of just like really simple things that are like always at the front of my brain, and everything just falls out. And if I had to read something on camera, I wouldn't. I can't see it. I can't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm looking at all of a sudden. So I know doing it again and again that will gradually subside, but I don't know. I don't feel I'm really making a decent contribution to YouTube by doing them. Like I say, I don't enjoy them, although compared to the first time, I do. There is a slight enjoyment out of it. I'll be honest, the most enjoyable thing about this will be uploading it to my computer and seeing what I can do with it. And a lot of people, they take a like pride in, oh, I've done this in one take, and I'm not going to be fucking around, with chopping it up and putting music in and graphics and whatnot. But that's the bit that I like. So fair play if that's what you want to do, but I don't. I'd rather do this in 10 bits and just piece it together to make it sound. I try and give it a humorous edge. I'm just sitting here talking bollocks. It's like I want to talk about things that I show, like, for example, maybe I've got some memories about Mario Kart, but as soon as I'm on the camera, it's just everything. There is no memory. And I know it sounds stupid, but it's true. It's absolutely true. When I just showed you Mario Kart, however long that was now, I wanted to tell you this story that, back in the day, I hated this game. I was pretty good at it, but I hated it because I just thought it was stupid that I could be leading the race and then just end up coming 8th on the last corner because someone fired a red shell at me. And like I say, I think that's why I completely bypassed Mario Kart 64, because the one on the SNES just really pissed me off. The fact that I was always a better racing game player than my friends. My friends were always better at every single game than me. Whether it was a football game, platforming games, shooters, whatever. I was always like either the shittest or second from last shittest. Everything apart from racing games. And it was like that was my thing. That was my turn to shine. Yet because of bloody red shells, I mean, it does feel good when people say I like your videos, but most of the time people say, oh, I really like your out and about videos, or these. I mean, the out and about videos don't get necessarily a load more views, but when people talk to me about my videos, it's the kind of one thing that they mention is, oh yeah, I really like seeing, out and about. Basically, it's not you, it's, what I'm filming. And I don't mind that. I really don't mind that. Like I say, that's what I'd much rather be filming someone else or something else. Try and make it arty and edit it nicely. That's the fun in it for me. Not sitting here talking about bloody Mario Kart. Especially when it's just like, oh, I've got this. Fucking care. I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy anyone else's videos that just do that. So I can't expect other people to enjoy mine. Sorry, I'm just messing, making noise. Oh, fuck off.